Oh, sorry. That's for a Democrat show.
Let me know when you're ready.
No matter what the technical difficulty is, this man is a professional. He goes all the way.
What you represent to them is freedom.
Was an extremely great conservative commentator. We're tearing it up on Wednesday night. This is awesome. This will allow me to retort.
Well, this is Jersey Joe for the Reaver of Common Sense show. 8 p.m. on shrmedia.com.
Actually, I just totally screwed up. This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I am here to make sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover's here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Do you want to watch a broadcast? Hey, that's easy. Just go to Reaver.1, click on the live stream. While you're there, you can join live chat. Sorry. I'm watching Hillary walk around and hugging children. After a diagnosis of pneumonia, I'm going to play with little children. Yeah. We'll get to all that in a little bit. Now, do you want to get a kick-ass t-shirt? Do you want to get a Reaver of Common Sense t-shirt? Well, that's easy. Just go to Reaver.1/shop. Or it's even easier, just go to Reaver.1 and click on the shop button. We got a shitload of shirts to choose from. Go there. Get them while they're hot. All right. I suck at sales, and I know it. No laughing. Well, you can laugh. I laugh at myself all the time. All right. Before, we're going to go back to Friday night, and Hillary Clinton went on her little tirade and insulted a bunch of Americans, a bunch of Trump supporters. You know what? I welcome that. I laughed when I heard those comments come out of her mouth. The deplorable basket, tisket a tasket. She lost her fucking basket. I laughed. I know I've had some people going, why the hell are you laughing about it? That's kind of, my mom was like, yeah, they're insulting us. I find it sickening that she's saying that. I'm like, no, I find it funny. Her comment is a desperation act, an act of desperation. An act of desperation from a failing campaign. Yes, I know all about the polls. Don't give me that shit. Riddle me this. The only time Democrats pull this kind of crap is when they're losing. They start throwing, you're racist, you're sexist, you're this, you're that. Well, what she did is, she not only threw out the normal comments, she took the whole playbook, the whole Linsky playbook of insults, and threw it at the wall to see which one would stick. Because they've been trying, the sexist one for a while, the racist one for a while now, and none of it has worked. Side note, there's this broad on, yes, I called her a broad. She's lucky that's all I'm calling her, on Twitter. Probably a paid troll, I'm pretty sure. Only had 24 followers, recent account. Oh, my God. You said something negative to Hillary. And everything out of her mouth was, you men keep attacking, you men. I'm like, damn. For a liberal, you sure are a sexist little one there, constantly attacking the male species. And she kept going, well, Donald Trump's the racist. And one person turned around and said he wasn't kissing and hugging a grand wizard of the KKK. And she's like, don't spread lies like that. You're spreading lies. If you can't prove it, you need to apologize to this woman. You need to shut up and up. Next, I mean, she got lambasted with pictures of her, of Hillary Clinton, kissing KKK Grandmaster, Grand Wizard, whatever the hell they're called, Senator Robert Byrd. Oh, well, you see, Democrats, we love all people. That was this woman's response. It doesn't matter who they are. We love all people. Yeah, okay there. That was just way over my head. Way over my head. Total tirade on absolutely nothing there, and I apologize. But it goes to Hillary threw out, and this act of desperation, she threw out all the isms cards right at Trump and, well, Trump supporters. She threw them all out, hoping one weird accusation would stick. And what happened? Holy shit, did the internet light up. Holy for holies, did the social media light up attacking Hillary. I even saw liberals sticking up, saying, you know what, that's not right. They even said that was too far. Politicians going after politicians is one thing. Politicians going after Americans is another. And the liberals, for their little hissy fit that they threw about Mitt Romney's comment, the welfare 47%, which he shouldn't have made the comment, but he wasn't wrong about that comment. It kind of helped destroy his campaign. It's just, to me, if I'm not upset about the comment. I think it's funny. It hurt her campaign more than helped by her throwing out that the basket of deplorable people. So basically what it is, in a nutshell, you don't agree with Hillary. She is going to attack you for your speech. She's going to try to silence your free speech. She's going to insult you for practicing your God-given American right to support the political party. And the thing is, the left has been really building this violent, vile, militarized type base. And it's actually starting to backfire. People are watching it going, no. There's one thing to be dumbasses and argue about politics. It's another to the point that the left has taken it. I mean, they've been training for a couple of years now, this militia group. I mean, they've gone to rallies. They've rioted, violence, beating up people, all because of their support. And then the left has the balls to say that the Republicans are the violent ones. That's the one that really makes me laugh. And any time anymore a Democrat is crying about, look at the Republicans are doing it. All right, let's look behind the curtain, because that means the Democrats are doing it. I mean, they were the ones screaming during the primaries, Donald Trump's so full of violence and hate and rage. Yeah. Go have a conversation with a liberal and tell them you're a Trump supporter. And watch them, how they rage. Now, I want everybody, I'm going to warn, try not to laugh too hard on this one. Hillary now is saying that she regretted. She regrets making that comment. She doesn't apologize, but she regrets making that comment. She regrets that she made the comment and it's now biting her in the ass. She feels that way. She wants to continue the destruction of this country. She wants to continue the destruction of our constitutional rights. She has said so herself. And the left, oh my God, they're so funny. They are so funny. Another incident that happened, and I tell you this because I think people, not you people. Oh God, I'm such a racist for saying you people. I'm pretty sure the people listening get this in their life and could relate and laugh about it. So, a buddy of mine's, and I got a couple of friends that are nurses, and a very common theme amongst that is, well, you're overpaid babysitters. That's what nurses are. Overpaid babysitters. Here all the time. Well, and it came up during the 2008 primary for the Democrats. And this is the funny part. Democrats brought this up mostly. Back in 92, 93, there's a nurse who said she dealt with Hillary, and Hillary told her that she was an overpaid babysitter, and yada, yada, yada. So I kind of put that comment, a little meme, on a couple of buddy of mine's page. Holy shit, did the liberals lose their head. I had one going on for like an hour. You gotta apologize, you lying, you pathetic piece of garbage. Really. I'm laughing because I don't owe an explanation to you. I don't have to prove shit to you. I don't owe you anything. You don't like it? I don't give a fuck. And I told him repeatedly. And he's going on until you put proof I'm not going to believe. And I turned around and said, I don't give a shit whether you believe or not. I really don't give a shit. It is not my place to be changing your mind like that, because I can give all the proof I want. And he starts posting, or someone started posting. That's right. Someone else posted, who was it? Politico or Snoops. They debunked this myth, and I just started laughing. I'm like, damn. And I thought it was another jackass jumped on the bandwagon, started jamming all over me. And I thought it was the same person. It shows how much I was paying attention to these idiots, because they all sound the same, look the same. And he's like, after a while, he's like, I never posted anything from Snoops. I was like, oh, shit. And you know what? I'm sorry. I got you mixed up with somebody else. I was wrong. My bad. And the next tweet he sends, you are so pig-headed, you can't admit you're wrong. And I'm like, jackass, did you not read the Facebook post that I put? I apologize because I was wrong. I can admit when I'm wrong. I have no problem with that. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. He proved I was wrong. I was wrong. And then that's when all of a sudden it went quiet. So I put this up there not to bash Hillary. Just as for my friends that are nurses. I heard it as an EMT. We're overpaid taxi cab drivers. Nurses are overpaid babies. I've heard it all. I heard it when I was working in the ERs. And trust me, when I worked in Princeton, New Jersey, and if you don't know Princeton, New Jersey, this is what I want you to do. Tilt your head back, take your nose, and stretch it as far up as you can. This is Snob City, Princeton, New Jersey is. A head nurse with 20 years experience, got suspended one day. And her crime as head nurse that she got suspended for, she was working with a patient, and the patient was getting admitted. They were stable. We were waiting for a room to go upstairs. We can't do nothing until the upstairs gets a bed ready. Well, the bed next to this woman, the person is crashing. Getting ready to go into cardiac arrest. I mean, shit's going to hell. Everybody's running around. We're trying to save this person's life. And the lady wants to be taken upstairs immediately. And she stops the head nurse in her tracks. You got to take me up. She's like, ma'am, I'm dealing with a crisis here. I will take you up as soon as we get this patient stable. If you would just please wait a couple. And the woman's standing outside her room. That's how stable she is. She's standing. And she's getting pissed. Well, I'm more important. I want to be taken to my... Like, it's a fucking hotel. And she's like, no, I got to deal... This person's about to goddamn die. I'm dealing with that. Well, this broad... And it was like 5-10 minutes later, we got the patient stable. The nurse then personally took this woman upstairs and apologized for the delay, tried to explain it, and this woman did not want to hear anything. And she made complaints all the way to the head of the hospital, who was a CEO. He used to be a CEO of a bank, and he was trying to run the hospital like a bank. And he suspended that head nurse for not dropping what she was doing, for not just ignoring the fact that a patient was about to die, for not ignoring that if she had done that, she could have got arrested if the patient died and charged with murder. She got suspended because she worried about life over some rich snob getting taken upstairs to her bed. When there was a bed right behind her, she could have sat there because she was just too important. And those are the ones that treat nurses like they're a lesser people. Let me tell you, the nursing program is no goddamn joke. And she was nurse practitioner, which is above an RN. Well, needless to say, she came back from her suspension, and they were like, oh, okay, your head nurse shift starts. And she looked at me and she goes, fuck you, I ain't no head nurse anymore. I'm going back to just being a little Indian. Hey, if you don't like that, I'll quit. I'll have another job in 5 minutes making more money. Oh, no, we don't want you to quit. You're going to stay head nurse. And she's like, no, I don't want to be making decisions like that anymore, so you can suspend me and make me lose pay. And she did not go back to being a head nurse. And they were pissed. And they deserved it. They were idiots. This is the problem that we have with hospitals nowadays, too. They are running it like a bank, like a Walmart. It's not. Now, last hospital I worked at, they were like, you have to treat these patients. They're customers, not patients. Fuck you, they're patients. This isn't Taco Bell. This isn't Burger King. You can't have it your way. You need to be we treat patients with respect, but they're not customers. They're not a goddamn number. And it's just funny that I put a post up trying to, be nice to a friend, and he's got, these people that are friends with him, which, fine, I'm not complaining about that, but holy shit, they just about shit a brick, because how dare someone say something negative, and the one person's like, I highly doubt she would say something like that. I was like, yeah, I would have highly doubted that she would have insulted over 10 million Americans, but guess what? She did. She's not the smartest, no, she's just not smart. Not because she's a woman. She's just not that smart. Oh, it drives me up a wall. Oh. Let me tell you, it did. Now my phone's lighting up. Where are we at? Where are we at? I just found out that I'm dropping knowledge. I didn't know I was dropping anything. I don't want to be dropping anything. It'll break my toes, damn it. Hopefully everybody's weekend was good. Other than, I mean, there was a lot of Hillary. Hillary made, and it wasn't at all good. It was very negative. And I know they say no press is bad press, but this was not good press for her. Because, well, everybody knows what's going on between the comments, and then she passed out. Oh, it's the heat. 79 degrees, partly cloudy up in New York. Yeah, that's not hot. And then it was, oh, she had pneumonia. She was, that's why she's been coughing so much, too, lately. What? Are you really, really going to go that route? Oh, boy. Oh, we got a special kind of stupid going on. And we're going to get into all the comments and everything. Oh, my God. It's actually a little scary that number one, who the hell would write that for Hillary to say or suggest that would be a smart thing to do? And for those that don't understand why she made that comment, because my mom didn't understand. My dad was, I don't give a shit, but he didn't understand what the logic behind doing it. So by making those insults, what they're hoping is everybody's going to run away from Trump because you don't want to be labeled. So you're going to run away. You're going to you may not vote for Hillary, but you're just not going to vote at all because you don't want to be labeled like that. And that's what she was trying to do, make this a stigma. The problem is everybody's getting used to that playbook. Those accusations just don't have the same meaning as it used to because the liberals have done it every election. Every election they do this. Every goddamn election, especially when they're losing, they go to this well. They just... Obama was going to it recently when he was in China. When there's economical downtime, Americans go to racism. They go to their comfort zones. And, what the hell? They've been playing this playbook, and people are caught onto it. They're not going to. They're just not buying it anymore. And they tried it. And she just tried that. Throw the whole dinner at the wall and see what sticks. Problem is, nothing stuck. And now she looks like an idiot. And everybody's looking at her going, you're a bigot. And yes, she is right now fitting the definition of bigot. And we'll get more on that after this brief break. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, High Plains Pundit Radio, ICRN Network, Red Nation Rising, wrong one, YouTube, iTunes, and Spreaker. We will be right back.
listening to the SHR Media Network.
Now, at Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our Gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. And we also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
My name is Chris Peranto, call sign Tonto. I was with the Global Response Staff. We were the security element for the Central Intelligence Agency in Benghazi, Libya on 9/11/2012. Myself and my team responded to an attack that killed Ambassador Chris Stevens, Sean Smith, and two of my teammates, Tyrone Woods and Glenn Doherty. Radical Islam is basically terrorism in a nutshell. It wants to not only put down Western values, it wants to kill anybody that supports those Western values, which is freedom, which is Christianity, and which is also anything that looks poorly on Sharia law. We've allowed it again to grow into something that it shouldn't be, and it's becoming stronger and stronger every day that we don't lead from the front. Obama and Hillary, by avoiding the phrase radical Islam, they're being politically correct. They don't see it for what it is, and that's straight up destroying the Western world. Radical Islam doesn't have a fear. They will give up their lives. They will detonate themselves. They will do anything they can to fulfill Sharia law and kill the infidels. If we're not able to even say radical Islam, the word radical Islam, there's no way we can fight it. There's no way we can defeat it. The United States of America doesn't lead from behind. We are always setting the example. If not, we're going to see terrorism get bigger and bigger, and eventually it's just going to be continual lone wolf attacks in the United States. And I don't want that to happen to my kids. I don't want to see my family go through that. Please join me in waking up Washington in this fight on radical Islam, seeing the threat that it really is. Sign up at leadingfromthefront.org.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplains.dailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying calf for the stupid bro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I'm your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover's here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember to go to Reaver.1/shop and pick up any one of many kick-ass t-shirts. From the Reaver of Common Sense t-shirts to vote for Monica. She'll get the job done when Hillary won't. Or you can even get the Life's a Bitch, Don't Vote for One Hillary t-shirt. Many others to choose from, even down to Blue Lives Matter, Thin Blue Line, American flag t-shirts. So go to Reaver.1/shop and check them out. We also got Survivor bracelets, custom made. When you order them, each one is custom made just for you. So Team Trump has responded to Hillary's deplorables flub and saying that she ripped off her mask. If that was her mask before, oh, God. Think of just, All right, I'm making comments on her. I'm not going to go there. I'm going to be the bigger man. It's hard being a bigger man with Hillary around. But I want to give a bigot, a person who is intolerant to those holding different opinions. A lot of people I talked to, and they were all kind of the same way. They know what bigot was, but they didn't actually know the definition of what bigot. But it's a person who is intolerant towards those holding different opinions. Basically, Hillary just screamed, "I am a bigot. If you hold a different opinion, I will attack you." She cannot stand. She calls you racist. She calls you a sexist. They've gone so far as saying you can attack Hillary because she is a female. Really? Yeah, I don't think so. But her mask is off. The campaign for Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump reacted quickly to Hillary Clinton's remark that half of Trump supporters were a basket of deplorables that were racist, sexist, homophobic, xenophobic, Islamophobic people. I get so goddamn tired of that. But I'm laughing at the same time. I am. Because she just showed how desperate her campaign is. Her campaign is in major desperation mode. And I really think that comment was that it might just be the death knell that was Hillary Clinton's campaign for president. And then with the fainting, that has not helped at all. And every time they make a bullshit excuse to cover up what's going on, they've been digging themselves deeper and deeper in a hole. This campaign just, right now, it can't win. It's like in panic mode and doing the dumbest shit it can do. And it's almost like, let's see how bad we can screw this campaign up. Seriously. But here's one thing, and I've been passing it around too because I find it funny. I'm a proud, deplorable Trump supporter. I wear it like a badge of honor when you call me a racist, sexist, homophobic, xenophobic, Islamophobic, because that tells me you have nowhere to go in the conversation. That's it. You only have those names to call me to try to shut down the conversation because, well, the conversation isn't going your way and you have nothing to back it up. And just when Hillary said, again, she said multiple times, I'm going to run a positive and clean campaign. I'm not going to get into the insults. And when she first said that back in the primary, I almost died laughing. Because that is Hillary Clinton's playbook. Attack, just degrade, insult. That's all she does. And it's just funny that she says she was going to start running a positive campaign, and then she goes and rips her mask off and reveals her true contempt for everyday Americans. She showed just what a bigot she really is. Trump's campaign or senior communication advisor, Jason Miller, went on and said, tonight's comments were more than another example of Clinton lying to the country about her emails, jeopardizing our national security, or even calling citizens super predators. This was Clinton, a defender of Washington's rigged system, telling the American public that she could care less about them. She proved that she does not and will not care what we think and will not govern with us in mind. She won't govern with her supporters in mind. Unless you're paying her $250,000 a pop, she don't want to hear shit from you except I'm voting for you. The only thing she wants to hear is people say, I'm with you, Hillary. Well, that is, and I've said it before, that one bothers me very bad. She wants everybody to be with her. Trump says he's with us. One wants to be part of the country. The other one wants to be the ruler of the country. And it's even the NRC, Republican National Committee, held a press call addressing Hillary Clinton's statement labeling millions of Americans as a basket of deplorables. On the call, Trump's campaign and supporters declared Clinton's comment reveals she is as an elite who actually looks down on all of us. Hey, I got Washington, D.C. calling. Let me check this out real quick. Oh, it wasn't Washington. I thought it was. It ended up being Canada. I love how they can route their numbers through American numbers. And I don't know how the hell I've been getting these phone calls from Canada Pharmacy. What the frick? Damn Canadians. Next I'm going to get like hate mail. You hate Canadians. No, I don't. I'm a smart ass, yes. But Hillary's campaign just showed what an elitist actually looks like, and that she looks down on all of us. And her comment, to be exact, was, to just be grossly generalistic. Grossly generalistic. You could put half of Trump's supporters into what I call the basket of deplorables. The racist, the sexist, the homophobic, the xenophobic, Islamophobic, you name it. And then the backlash started. The hashtag basket of deplorables was trending topic on Twitter for a while. I was surprised Twitter lit that trend for so long. Of course, Hillary says, I regret it. I find it reprehensible, despicable, yet revealing that a former first lady... Oh, whoops. Wrong passage. Hillary came out and said that she regrets saying it. She really does. She regrets saying it. It hurt her. She's not sorry about it, but she regrets making the comment. No, she regrets that she's getting such backlash and negative response to those comments. That is what she regrets. And it just is almost comical that she makes these comments, these statements. It shows her true feelings, what she thinks about you, me, everyday Americans. I mean, her husband has shown his disdain for Americans, how he doesn't give a shit. He went on a tirade. Let's see if I got that up for today. Give me 1 second. Bill Clinton mocks coal people who oppose Hillary. Now, he's gone on. Former President Bill Clinton again belittled the coal people who opposed Hillary Clinton for president, even though he says they voted for him in the 1990s. We all know how her opponents done real well down in West Virginia and eastern Kentucky, Clinton said during a rally in Pennsylvania, because coal people don't like any of us anymore. No, it's the fact that you don't give a shit about them, Bill. It's the fact that Hillary doesn't give a shit about them. I won twice, and they did well, Clinton said, referring to economical stability during his administration. Clinton said that coal workers blamed President Obama's further economic misfortunes. They blame the president when the sun doesn't come up in the morning now, Bill Clinton stated. Well, when you shut down the coal industry, when the president shuts down the coal industry, Bill, it is the president's fault. Making excuses and trying to belittle people's complaint about a government gone wild shows how out of touch you and your wife really are, because you're out there as a mouthpiece for your wife. Clinton even criticized coal workers during a rally in Tampa earlier this week, pointing out that they were wearing Trump shirts and screaming at him when he visited the state. He accused them of believing that global warming was a Chinese hoax, much like Donald Trump. Well, let me ask you a question, you sex offender, you sex predator, piece of fucking shit, Bill Clinton. Why is it that global warming has to lie about everything? There hasn't been a bit of truth with global warming yet. You got to lie about how many scientists and misrepresent the facts. You got to twist data to get your quote-unquote facts. There hasn't been a prediction of the doom and gloom that has come true. And I find it funny, the drought in California is because of climate change. Man-made climate change is at fault for California's drought. It is causing no rains, and what you can expect is across the country. Louisiana, flooding, massive rain. It's because of climate change. You can expect that across the world as climate change goes on. What the fuck are these people smoking? Please, someone tell me, what are these people smoking? It's raining too much, it's global warming. It's not raining enough, it's global warming. There's no hurricanes, global warming. There's hurricanes, global warming. There's a tornado, global warming. It's snowing, global warming. There's not enough ice. Oh, wait a minute, we got records amount. Nope. Well, we added the circumference and divided by... Every goddamn thing that they've gone through has been proven to be false. But Bill Clinton wants to stand up there, and he stated they're going to have to find different work. We don't care. Hillary Clinton as president doesn't give a shit about the coal workers. They'll just have to find something else. Shows you what kind of president she will be. And people are sitting there. I want to vote for her. Yeah, wait till she finds that she doesn't like something about you. Because we know with the gays, she'll back the Muslims. As they're killing you, she will back the Muslims. She already did it once with the LGBT community. She backed the Muslim as they just murdered 49 people because of their sexual orientation. This woman has had a Muslim with terrorist ties in her ear for decades now. Hillary Clinton has been, what's the word they use? She's been converted. She's been, well, she's helping them. She's been assisting. She helped create ISIS. Jesus, I've been saying that way before fucking Trump got out there. Not that it matter who got out there first. Jeez, it's just, people have known that. People with actual brain cells, that's with an S, understand. Now, you're going to see a big stink coming out of Florida. Because this just came in a little bit ago. A fire at a Florida mosque attended by the Pulse nightclub shooter is being investigated as arson. Now, I'm going to wait till the facts come out, but you can bet your bottom ass that they're already pushing that it's white Christian extremists. They've been getting death threats, they've been saying. And we've had several mosques burned down in the United States. And a majority of them, I think mostly all of them, have been burned down by their own members. It happens around the worldwide. Shit happens. They aren't looking too good. The Muslims aren't looking too good. So what do? They burn down their mosques to get sympathy. It's happened multiple times. And the liberal press jumps all over it, blaming right-wing extremists for it. And they keep finding it to be the Muslims themselves, but the liberal media shuts their pussy-ass mouths right there and leave. Nothing, not a word. They go bye-bye. They don't correct their statements. Now, I'm not going to say this is Muslims that have burned down their own mosque again, or this is a pissed-off American. I can see it being a pissed-off American because we're being pissed on by our own government. Hillary Clinton is pissing all over us and pushing for more Muslims. And people are getting tired. Americans are losing their jobs. So Americans are losing their jobs so they can bring in more migrants at a lower rate. That's the funny part. Blood pressure building up. Coal employment peaked in 1920. Coal production peaked in 1950. Climate change is real, and we're going to have to change our energy source. And he's telling them they need to focus on solar panels and windmills. Yeah, because that has been a viable alternative, as solar panel companies have been shutting down in droves because it's not financially feasible. The technology is not there yet. Windmills turn into a blender for flying wildlife. So, coal is still the only alternative. It's still cleaner than most of your... what's coming out of those coal plants is pretty damn clean. And it's these people that don't understand, don't want to understand, don't research their information. So they just ignore the facts because they want to feel good. They just want to be a part of something that's better for the world. Yeah. Destroying our energy so they can feel better. Well, you can't destroy people's lives. Breaking the bank for energy just so you can say you push global warming. And I've done the specials on it, and I've talked about it. Global warming is a socialist economic on a global level. Time and time again, these companies, these foundations are getting caught for fraud. Leonardo DiCaprio running scared and being charged with fraud. Well, it's getting that time. Time for break. On the other side of the break, we're going to pick up with the Hillary health conspiracy crisis. And I laugh when I say conspiracy because now liberal media is going, well, but we'll talk about that in a minute. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, High Plains Pundit Radio, ICRN Network, Red Nation Rising, iTunes, YouTube, and Speaker. We will be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our Gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. And we also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
My name is Chris Peranto, call sign Tonto. I was with the Global Response Staff. We were the security element for the Central Intelligence Agency in Benghazi, Libya on 9/11/2012. Myself and my team responded to an attack that killed Ambassador Chris Stevens, Sean Smith, and two of my teammates, Tyrone Woods and Glenn Doherty. Radical Islam is basically terrorism in a nutshell. It wants to not only put down Western values, it wants to kill anybody that supports those Western values, which is freedom, which is Christianity, and which is also anything that looks poorly on Sharia law. We've allowed it again to grow into something that it shouldn't be, and it's becoming stronger and stronger every day that we don't lead from the front. Obama and Hillary, by avoiding the phrase radical Islam, they're being politically correct. They don't see it for what it is, and that's straight up destroying the Western world. Radical Islam doesn't have a fear. They will give up their lives. They will detonate themselves. They will do anything they can to fulfill Sharia law and kill the infidels. If we're not able to even say radical Islam, the word radical Islam, there's no way we can fight it. There's no way we can defeat it. The United States of America doesn't lead from behind. We're always setting the example. If not, we're going to see terrorism get bigger and bigger, and eventually it's just going to be continual lone wolf attacks in the United States. And I don't want that to happen to my kids. I don't want to see my family go through that. Please join me in waking up Washington in this fight on radical Islam, seeing the threat that it really is. Sign up at leadingfromthefront.org.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mud Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe. And I'm here to try to make sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover's here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to support the show, or you just want some kick-ass t-shirts, go to reaver.one/shop. That is REAVER.ONE/SHOP. So, yeah, Hillary had to cancel a California trip because she's got pneumonia. This is all. So, what did we hear for how long? It's sexist to talk about her health. There's no health issue. It's a right-wing conspiracy, sort of like what she said about the Monica Lewinsky scandal. It was just a right-wing conspiracy. And then what happened? It was truth. And now, well, she goes into these coughing fits, and it's still it's a conspiracy. It's allergies, even though the pollen counts are down. Every time she comes up with a bullshit excuse, she doesn't understand that all this information is online. I'm having allergies. Yeah, to what? Your bullshit? So, as most of us know, yesterday, she pretty much collapsed. And I'm sorry. The original excuse, she was affected by the heat. It was 79 degrees out, partly cloudy. I've had heat exhaustion multiple times. As a firefighter, it happens at a pretty regular basis. You get heat exhaustion, you just go through it. Now, what I saw in that video, and that's why they had to come out and admit it, because, well, And Trump just spoke about it and says, hope she's feeling better, and I want to see her get better. Being very gracious. And but if you've watched a video of her, she's leaning up against a post. She has no balance. They try to stand her up, and she's all wobbly. A lot of those are pointing to neurological. And so they get her in the van, and they put out that it's heat related. Now, everybody reacts a little bit differently. But I've never seen anybody with heat, unless heat stroke, I've seen them. But instead of taking her to a hospital for evaluation about the heat, they take her to her, quote-unquote, daughter's apartment. And a couple hours later, she walks out, and she's perfectly fine. It was just the heat. Just the heat. And she's getting lambasted going, it is 79 degrees outside. Partly cloudy. Humidity is low. There was no goddamn heat. It's in New York in September. That's not an issue. I'm from that area. I understand New York. Even New Jersey, which is south of there, in September. It was not heat. So, a couple hours later, she's like bouncing, doing cartwheels almost. And she's fine. She's perfectly healthy. Well, you don't bounce back. Even if it was heat, you don't bounce back that quick. You do not bounce back. It takes a day for you to get your energy back. Think about you going out in your backyard and you're mowing your lawn during summer, and that heat gets you to a point where you're like sick, where you got to sit down and all that. You're worn, you're tore down for a day, not 2-3 hours later. And then they saw that that heat was the issue, is falling apart, and everybody's lambasting her and jumping all over. So they decide the doctor's going to come out, and this doctor should have their fucking license revoked. This doctor comes out and says it's pneumonia. She was diagnosed Friday with it. It's pneumonia. My parents are a little bit older. They're in their 70s. They've had pneumonia. My mom's had pneumonia. She gets, especially when we lived up north, she'd get bronchitis at a drop of a hat. And she went back down. She'd keep working, and it'd go into pneumonia. Never once did I see her twitching like Hillary Clinton was. I never see my mother not able to walk like Hillary Clinton was. I've transported many a patient, especially when you're doing transport companies as an EMT. You're transporting a lot of elderly with pneumonia. And never once did a couple of them were bedridden, so that kind of takes it out. But I've never seen someone, just because of pneumonia, act like that. It doesn't add up. And they're changing the story and trying to spin it, and they're trying to get sympathy now. But here's the thing. They had Hillary run out, and a couple hours afterwards, hugging and all over this child to try to get sympathy and look, oh, she's doing fine. She's more worried about that kid. It was a staged event. The kid was ready to walk away, just like, hey, how you doing? Yeah, my mom told me to come over and say hi and see if you're doing fine. I went to walk away, and no, stay for a photo, putting her hands. Well, if she's got pneumonia, why the hell is she putting her hands, being contagious, all over a child? Shows how much she really thinks, how much their campaign's really thinking when they come up with and Fox is talking about right now, does this show about Hillary's transparency. She has been screaming conspiracy theory for months about her health. Now there's proof that there's health issues. There's health issues in the past. There's health issues now. There's been health issues going along, and she's been screaming conspiracy. This proves that there's going to be no transparency if she is elected. Where to go? Now, here's the one that has me laughing, because not too long ago we had a Washington Post writing, you can't question Hillary Clinton's health. It's sexist and all that. Even though they wrote about, and the author that wrote that wrote about John McCain's health. Oh, because he was 70 years old and Clinton's only 69. There's a big difference between the bullshit. Well, John McCain had cancer and Hillary didn't. Well, Hillary Clinton had a head injury that required surgery to fix the neurological issues. Oh, that's different. Because she's not as old as McCain. 169, 170. I don't see John McCain flopping around like Hillary and coughing fits. But they declared that you can't talk about Hillary's health. This is the same time that Dr. Drew got fired for talking about Hillary's health, because it was a conspiracy to talk about it. And a Huffington Post writer got fired for talking about the health. And now, Washington Post puts out there, Washington Post promptly declares Hillary's health real issue after calling it conspiracy. So now the facts are slapping them in their goddamn mouth. Now they're up. Hey, it's a real issue in the presidential campaign now, because we're talking about it's real. I mean, they spent a week criticizing and starting a narrative that it's a conspiracy theory. Past Tuesday, one of the writers would troll Donald Trump, saying that it would hurt his campaign to question Hillary Clinton's health. And it was the day after she suffered a 4-minute coughing and choking episode. And the headline read that, can we just stop talking about Hillary's health now? It's funny when the left, it's something negative about the left. They normally don't want to talk about it. Oh, no, we can't talk about it. But if it was the right, oh, no, it's a matter of national security. If she's if she was a Republican, it'd be, oh, we got to know, because if she's coughing like that, it could allow the Chinese to infiltrate. They'd be coming up with some whacked out idea. And I'm waiting for Hillary to come out next and blame this health incident on the Russians. I really am. I'm waiting for her to blame the Russians. Or either that, or, try to blame Trump for her passing out. Oh, look at that. Trump got over 100 Special Forces nominees that day. Oh, not nominees, but endorsements. Yeah, that happened at the ceremony or sometime during that day. Over 100 Special Forces members endorsed Donald Trump and handed him personally a letter of endorsement. So maybe that's what triggered Hillary's short circuit, because it seems she did it again. And that's what's funny, for her to use that the other week of, oh, I short circuited. Yeah, it seems like you're short circuiting a lot, lady. Oop, I better watch out. I'll have that one Hillary supporter. You men, you're all mean. You men need to stop attacking Hillary. I love that. Well, you want equal? You want to be treated equal? Well, guess what? You're running for president, honey. You're going to get treated equal, which means you're going to get attacked equally. You're going to get questioned equally. You don't get no free pass. You don't get treated differently just because you're a woman. You get treated the same. So bring it up that, oh, you're attacking a woman. You're a sexist pig for bringing that up. Sidetrack, I know. I have a habit of getting into those. Damn, I should have tweeted that to her. Called her a sexist for bringing up. It's the hypocrisy that's on the left. I mean, it's getting bad nowadays. They've They've been trying this holier than thou. And the thing is, they're forgetting some of their own rules, that they have to be a higher standard than what they want their opponents to be at. And they're not. They've gotten so cocky and so confident that they're not even, and yes, it is one of the rules say that, one of it gives an example. If the requirement is that you're supposed to send out 10 flyers, okay? I'm just making up a number in this situation. So the Republican's going to do the 10, is the theory. What they say you should do is 100. Go above and beyond the rules. Make sure that you're above and beyond it. Because then you can take the high road. Look at that. They sent out 10 flyers to these people. I sent out 100. I went above the requirements. And you keep your mouth shut the whole time about it. Well, now what they're doing is, they only sent out 10 flyers. How many did you send out? 1. They're not living up, and they're kind of falling behind on their playbook in that aspect. Not that I should be telling them this because, well, a lot of people have been picking up on their bullshit lately because of all this. Total right-hand turn off of Hillary's health. How the hell did I get to there? I do not know. And last week, I'm trying to think of how to say this idiot's name. Give me a second. As I told my wife, this is my mistress. She just chuckled. And yes, my wife doesn't get upset about that. We lived in an apartment when we first got married, and we had a younger female that lived below that we got friends with, and one of the daughters of one of the firefighters I was with lived downstairs and to the right. And we would all hang out. And we would go out, and it'd be me and these 3 women. And I'd get some comments, and they'd be like, no, that's the wife, I'm the girlfriend, and that one's the mistress. And they'd just look at me like, how the hell did you pull that off? So, yeah, me and my wife still joke about that. She doesn't get jealous about that stuff. It's a joke. So, this text-to-speech program is my new wife. Salisa. Thank you. Salisa is the writer that went on that you can't talk about Hillary's health. It's all conspiracy theory, and we just need to stop talking about it. And as I said, this is the same reporter who went after John McCain about his age and health, and that came under fire. And he said that it's comparing apples and oranges. I'm sorry, John McCain would have been 72, where Hillary's 68. Should be 69 on October 26th. You know, and they have to throw in, well, Obama was 47. What? Please. But on Sunday, after this bystander, there's a couple different videos of, I don't even want to say fainting. That woman passed out. She got her feet dragged. She lost one of her shoes. Well, see, that was quickly changed his tune, and he wrote that Hillary Clinton's health just became a real issue in the presidential campaign. Whether Clinton likes it or not, her overheating episode comes at a very bad time in her campaign. Thanks to the like of Rudy Giuliani and a small but vocal element of the Republican base, talk of her health had been bubbling over the past week. Triggered by the coughing episodes she experienced during Labor Day rally. That talk was largely confined to Republicans who were convinced that Clinton has long been hiding some serious illness. I wrote dismissively of that conspiracy theory in this space last week, noting that Clinton had been given an entirely clean bill of health by a doctor after an episode in which she fainted, suffered a concussion, and then was found to have blood clots in late 2012, early 2013. Coughing, I wrote, is simply not evidence enough of any sort of major illness that Clinton is assuming to be hiding. Neither, of course, is feeling overheated. But those two things happening within 6 days of each other to a candidate who is 68 years old makes talk of Clinton's health no longer just the stuff of conspiracy. Well, it wasn't conspiracy before. Just because that idiot couldn't see where there was issues. And now they're so glaring in his face he can't deny the issue. Well, he could, but there's a lot of writers, I think. Well, no, there's a lot of writers that have lost credibility. They are so blinded, whether intentionally or unintentionally, whether they choose to be blind to the facts or just that ignorant to be blinded to the facts. It's scary. The integrity of journalism is not there as it was once. There's no integrity. Mainstream media has gone that mainstream where it can be bought off for almost any price. Fox, CNN, MSNBCs are nothing but street whores trying to make $1. That's not to say all the people that work for Fox are sellouts, but the agencies themselves, the companies themselves are sellouts. This idea of a mainstream media that CNN started was a noble idea. But when you get as big as CNN, Fox, and MSNBC has gotten, it's not about the news. It's about trying to keep the machine running. And you need money for that machine to keep running. Which makes it susceptible to being, well, bought out. And that's where our journalism has gone to hell in a handbasket. We used to have some of the best journalists in the world. Now I wouldn't trust them to write for a high school newspaper. I think a high school journalist would have more integrity than any of these mainstream media anymore. It just, I don't know. I'm disheartened in my view of a lot of supposedly supposed to be trustworthy have just gone down the toilet. But hey, you always got me, and I'll be coming back for nonstop until the end of the show. But right now, you're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, High Plains Pundit Radio, ICRN Network, Red Nation Rising, YouTube, Speaker, and iTunes. We will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. We also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
My name is Chris Peranto, call sign Tonto. I was with the Global Response Staff. We were the security element for the Central Intelligence Agency in Benghazi, Libya on 9/11/2012. Myself and my team responded to an attack that killed Ambassador Chris Stevens, Sean Smith, and two of my teammates, Tyrone Woods and Glenn Doherty. Radical Islam is basically terrorism in a nutshell. It wants to not only put down Western values, it wants to kill anybody that supports those Western values, which is freedom, which is Christianity, and which is also anything that looks poorly on Sharia law. We've allowed it again to grow into something that it shouldn't be, and it's becoming stronger and stronger every day that we don't lead from the front. Obama and Hillary, by avoiding the phrase radical Islam, they're being politically correct. They don't see it for what it is, and that's straight up destroying the Western world. Radical Islam doesn't have a fear. They will give up their lives. They will detonate themselves. They will do anything they can to fulfill Sharia law and kill the infidels. If we're not able to even say radical Islam, the word radical Islam, there's no way we can fight it. There's no way we can defeat it. The United States of America doesn't lead from behind. We are always setting the example. If not, we're going to see terrorism get bigger and bigger, and eventually it's just going to be continual lone wolf attacks in the United States. And I don't want that to happen to my kids. I don't want to see my family go through that. Please join me in waking up Washington in this fight on radical Islam, seeing the threat that it really is. Sign up at leadingfromthefront.org.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplains.dailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cough for the stupid promo.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mud Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe. And I'm here to make the sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeovers here. We have expanded to 2 hours every day, every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Do you want a kick-ass t-shirt? Do you want to show off your support for SHR Media and the Reaver of Common Sense show? Go to reaver.one/shop and pick yourself up a t-shirt. Show your support. Show your love. It's always so much fun when you're looking stuff on your phone and trying to talk at the same time. Ha ha. Because I am a blonde. Yeah. Rest of the show is sponsored by no one but me. That's all the show's ever sponsored by is me. Well, I have some indirect sponsors, and if you go to the Reaver.one page, I have some offers up, but go there, check it out. Tom Brokaw is in the news, and it's kind of funny that he's in the news. With everything that happened, he's saying that Hillary Clinton should go to the hospital and see a neurologist. It's popping up all over the place. Hillary Clinton, whether it is being pushed by her campaign or she's pushing herself, she's putting her health at risk. But at least she was smart, and she canceled her California fundraiser for tonight, at least. I don't know what else got canceled coming up, but... And on a side note, I was showing my wife some pictures that were on the internet. Hillary went and rented this place out for a rally. Well, it's getting ready to start, and this place was even more than 3/4 empty. I mean, this place was empty. So they were able to put up the partition walls, and they cut off 2/3 of the actual space, and it was still empty. Still. We're going to get back to this Brokaw thing, but I just want to touch on this. I don't understand. They say that doesn't matter. That has nothing to do with the election. That has nothing to do with her numbers. Well, do you know why I think she's losing this race? Why she's down? Besides the fact of the online polls that I see that she's getting lambasted on. You have the Facebook numbers. 3 million different in likes between Hillary and Trump. You have, I think it's like 3 to 4 million difference between followers on Twitter, with Trump in the lead again. Trump leads on Facebook. He leads in Twitter. when both of them put up live videos, when they're streaming live videos on Facebook, Trump gets 10, 20, 30, 40,000 people watching. Hillary gets 100, 300, 500 people watching. It's something like a 74-1 ratio with the live views. The numbers, it's been a while since I've looked at the numbers, but both of them put out a video from a month ago, it was. And it's like an 8-1 view ratio in favor of Trump. When you look at the campaign rallies, Trump is smoking Hillary on them. I mean, just embarrassing Hillary on the numbers. But all that Hillary Clinton campaign say, all that means nothing. That has nothing to do with the election. Well, it's funny, because those are the same numbers that they were able to determine Obama's winning the election on. Weirdest thing, I just had an ear itch, and then had a yawn. Things that make you go. All those numbers mean something. And to see Hillary's demeanor, nasty. She's nasty most of the time. I know yesterday after the collapse, she was all friendly and smiles because she's trying to give an appearance that everything's fine. She looked like a medicated, heavily medicated patient. Which now... And this one I hate. I really do not care about it. Now it was a body double that went out there. I got to talk to someone back and forth about it. And they said the same thing, that the health issue was a conspiracy. And that's what they're going to call this, a conspiracy. We were proven right on her health. Well, there's a little bit difference between seeing actual health issues, because everything I've seen look at the two pictures, they're different earrings. No, they're the same earrings in every single photos that I saw posted. Oh, well, this is different. She got a double chin in this one. She doesn't have one in that one, and they're taken 3 hours apart. One of them, she's looking up, and the other one, she's looking downward. So, of course, you're going to have a possible of a double chin on one, because when you look down, your everything's getting pushed together. And when you're looking up, everything's getting stretched out. Oh, well, look at the forehead. It's round in this picture, and it's flat on that one. And you can see it's prominently one's turned more to the right, so you're getting a side view compared to a front view. So you can't compare the different angles and come up with the same description. Oh, look at the nose. The nose is the exact same. People were just grasping at straws, and it makes us look bad because we've proven the left likes to come up with these, claim everything as a conspiracy theory. And I honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if the Hillary camp started that, just to get these people to jump on board with it, to make them look, hey, look, see, this is how nuts these people are. They actually think there's a body double type situation. Could there be a body double? Yeah, I really don't care, because she still looks like an idiot for going out there hours after collapsing and smiling and acting as if nothing happened. She is not doing any favors to people with disabilities. She is not doing any favors to anybody that has any health issues, because she is actually being derogatory towards them by faking how good she's doing afterwards. She is doing a disservice. And it's... But Brocroft, get back to him real quick, says that she needs to go to a hospital, see a neurologist, and get a clean report if it's available to her. Yes, excuse me, doctor, I'd like to order one clean report, and you could always find a doctor that's willing. There's doctors out there, they don't care. As long as they get money, they'll write anything. Trust me, I've seen it. I saw a doctor testify against my dad during a workman's comp case. That doctor testified my father was never even shot. There's nothing wrong with him, never was shot. It was all in his head. He's making it up. Making up that my father took a bullet, where there's police reports, there's a guy that was murdered from the gunshot, there's blood all over the place, multiple surgeries to my father, scars all over his body from it. But this doctor, who's getting paid by workman's comp to come out there and say he's perfectly healthy, he wasn't even shot. You don't think they can find some scumbag doctor that's willing to get paid and make it, a few friends come out, oh yeah, I checked out, clean bill of health. Hell, I got doctors now I'm dealing with that I don't trust. Because they don't listen, they don't pay attention, and they just want to get paid and go on to the next patient. That's all I care about. Just assembly line so that they could do their billing. Shit, I had, for my disability I'm going through, I had a doctor, the Social Security disability doctor. Oh, yeah, there's nothing wrong with him. He's perfectly fine. Not taking into account the surgeries that I've had on my neck, on my knee. Totally discounted that. Yeah, I'm perfectly fine. Yeah, if I was perfectly fine, I wouldn't have needed surgery. They will say and do anything just to make $1. They don't care. There's a lot of doctors that care. Yes, there is. I'm not saying all doctors. There's scumbag doctors just as there's scumbag lawyers. There's scumbag people. There's scumbag politicians. There's scumbag cops. There's scumbag firefighters. There's scumbags in every single part of life. Nothing you can do about it. But to say that she needs to get a clean bill of health, yeah. Price is right, you can get a clean bill of health. Hell, I can go to a doctor and lie my ass off to the doctor and get a clean bill of health. That's the way it goes. Now, the Washington Post also had an article out, and it's asking, should the Democrats be panicking? They want to know, why doesn't Hillary have a double-digit lead over Trump? And now you're also hearing a lot of rumbling in the background. I don't know how prevalent it is that they're supposed to be pulling Hillary. The DNC is going to be pulling Hillary in for a meeting. They want her, supposedly, to drop out. They want to slip in Joe Biden now. Between Hillary not doing that good in the polls and all this health issues popping up, they see the writings on the wall, so they want her to drop out so good old Joe Biden jumps in. And I don't think that's right or fair. I know life's not fair. But that'll set a precedent now that every time a candidate's not doing good, we can drop them out, put in a new candidate that might do a little better. We can play around and move candidates in and out like no tomorrow. What happened to the days of, that's your candidate, you stick with it whether you like it or not, that's who you chose. Now, you rigged the system for Hillary to win. Now you're crying because she's not doing good. I don't think they should be able to replace Hillary. Putting Joe Biden in would be an insult to the American people. And it's funny, the article was talking about that Hillary should have this big lead. And one of the things points out is that, don't worry, Hillary's campaign will have a meaningful cash advantage in the last weeks of the campaign. It has been shown time and time again, Hillary's has been outspending Trump. Hell, 16 Republicans outspent Trump massively. Hillary's outspending Trump. And look at the numbers. The numbers aren't there for the amount of money they're spending. So she can have all this cash at the end she wants. Because he's been smart with his money while she's just been spending willy-nilly and not giving a shit. And as I also pointed out earlier, touched on it, 100-plus members of Special Forces community delivered a letter of endorsement to Trump on the 15th anniversary of 9/11. They signed a letter of endorsement for Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump, and it was hand-delivered to Trump Tower in New York City on the 15th anniversary of 9/11. The president and founder of the Kilroy Rising Political Action Committee delivered the letter at exactly 8:46 a.m., the same time the first plane struck the World Trade Center in 2001. I kind of spent yesterday, I made some comments here and there on Facebook, but usually when it comes to 9/11, it's still a very touchy subject. 15 years ago, I saw the best in mankind, and I saw the worst in mankind. I should say, worst in mankind, but the best in Americans. But now I'm going to go back to best in humankind, because all the countries that stood up and stood with us that day. I was showing my daughter a lot of this stuff this weekend. And she saw the pictures of the people falling out, jumping out of the building. I had to explain that to my daughter. And she just gave a look at me like, oh my God. And this is what the liberals are trying to hide. They don't want our kids knowing about this history. They don't want them having this pride. They want them thinking that the Muslim extremists are a Republican conspiracy and don't exist. Hell, fucking CNN had some Muslim on there that was talking how we blew it out of proportion, the reaction to it. And we blew this extreme Muslim terrorism out of proportion. Well, that's what this election is about, people. You vote one, you're going to have a mass influx of Muslims into this country, and they're not going to be vetted. We're going to be importing our own terrorism into the country to destroy our families, to kill our families. Or we have another one that will make sure and cut down on the inflow of extreme terrorism into this country. It is not a conspiracy. It's not a theory. We've seen what has happened in the last 7.5 years. the attacks we've had, whether lone wolf or not, that's all fucking connected, people. It's all connected. And by us sitting back and not fighting the extreme Muslim terrorists, we've allowed them to grow. We've allowed them to attack us. And it'll be more of that under a Hillary president. Trump has flaws. I know he does. I know Trump's not perfect. But I'm not willing to bet on Hillary. I'm not willing to put my daughter's life in the hands of Hillary. I'm not willing to chance my Second Amendment, any of my constitutional amendment rights with Hillary. Trump, I trust with it. Hillary, I don't. Underneath Obama's watch, the U.S. military fatalities in Afghanistan quadrupled. Quadrupled. We're not in a better place. We're not safer. George Bush, for all the bad and good there is about him, well, he knew how to stand up and protect this country. He knew what needed to be done. And as Hillary says, she regrets supporting protecting this country. With that, we're coming to the end of the show. And I know the last week or two, my show's been not exactly spot on with like scheduling. Between the storms, I had a hurricane go by. And for betterment of my equipment, I shut down the show. And I do apologize, but I had to do what's best for, well, my equipment. And because of that hurricane going by, it's has certain health issues popping up on me. So, with that, I will be back tomorrow. I believe I have BZ is going to be a guest calling in tomorrow, so it should be interesting. Thank you, and thank you. Till tomorrow. You've been listening to the Reaver of Common Sense with its host, Jersey Joe. You can tune in every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on hppundit.com and shrmedia.com.